Welcome back again to Back Garden Bushcraft, and today we're going to use the toggles that we made earlier to work towards making a Roycroft pack frame. This is a frame made from pieces of wood, some lashings and some toggles which will allow you to carry items on your back in the absence of having a rucksack. So to start off, we need 3 pieces of wood. You want 2 pieces that stretch from your armpit to your fingertips, and a slightly shorter piece which stretches from your armpit to your wrist. In addition to that, we need 7 toggles that we made earlier, a piece of webbing which is going to allow you to carry it, 3 lengths of cord of approximately 3 meters long, and 7 shorter pieces about 30 to 40 centimeters long. For this project today I'm using waxed or tarred bank line, but you can use any cord you like for this. So the first thing you need to do is take your sticks, and we need to just take the rough edges off tops, and then to remove any little side branches, because the side branches may dig into your back. So using the thumb pull cut that we looked at last time, we're just going to trim away the edges, just take it off any splinters so we just don't catch ourselves on them. It's not absolutely necessary, but just gives it a slightly neater finish. Turn around, just do the other end as well. If you're not happy using the thumb pull method, you can always use a thumb push, which will take off on the same. And we'll just get rid of all the little rough edges, splinters, as we go. Okay, so then we're looking to remove these little side branches here. Again, just whittle them down nice and flat. It's especially true for the parts of these bits of wood that are going to be resting against your back. And we just need to move on and complete that for all 3. There's another one there. The other 2 pieces of wood I've already done. So, first lashing, we need to take one of the long pieces and then the shorter piece. The shorter piece is going to be the base of the pack, and this bit of wood has got a bend in it, so I'm going to use the bend to rest against my back. So with one of the long pieces of cord, I'm going to use a square lashing, which you will be familiar with. I'm going to attach I'm going to use a timber hitch to lock onto here, just because that'll give you a nice tight knot. Just need to adjust around to get the bit of cord where we want it to start with, and then I'm going to put a square lashing on here, making sure as you do it you're pulling in nice and tight. Keep all your cords neat, because a neat knot is going to be a stronger knot. Making tidy up the knot as you go to make sure that everything is pulling in really snug. The advantage of using the tarred bank line is that it's quite sticky and will hold really tight. I'm going to make 6 wraps, which is what I've done there. I'll now then put the frapping turns in place. So I'm going to go all the way around once, and I'm just going to pick up one of the toggles now. The other use for these toggles is if you wrap the line around it a couple of times, you can use it to pull it really tight. And then you put 2 or 3 turns round, making sure it's locked in really tight, and then we will finish it off with a clove hitch. So that locks off on there. I'll leave the end of the cord long for a minute. We could always adjust that or just wrap it around, or use it possibly when we need to tie off on the webbing. So that's the first one done. I'm just going to carry on now and put the second one on here. So now we have the 2 uprights joined to the cross piece by square lashings. We're going to now join 2 uprights together using a diagonal lashing at the top. This all starts off exactly the same. The hitch just to hold the cord on, and cross over onto there. And then we're going to put a nice tight lashing onto there. Again, try to keep all your lashings as neat as possible, because that will make sure they stay nice and tight. So again, I've now got the 6 turns. I'm going to put the frapping turn in place to lock it all down. So that's once down. I'm just going to reach down, grab a toggle, as we did before, which will just allow me to put a bit more pressure on the cord. And then once more. And now I'm happy that's nice and tight. we'll tie the whole lot off again with a clove hitch to lock it in place. Okay, so now we have our frame made. We need to put some attachment points on there, and these are going to be the toggles that we made previously. So to attach them, we're going to use lark's head knots. You start off with, you need to take your piece of cord and make it into a loop, and to do that I'm going to make it using a double figure of 8 knot, so that just pulls up on there and creates a nice tight loop. The first lark's head hitch will go onto the center, so we go round there, and we're then going to pass one end through the middle of the other piece, which allows it to pull tight on there. To create the other one, it's a little bit tricky, so we open the cord up and we turn it and then bring the two ends together, which creates a sliding loop. You then take your toggle, you push it through until the cord sits into the notch that we carved, and you pull it up tight. With this system, the tighter or harder you pull on it, the tighter the knots become, so that it can't move. So what I'm going to do now is to go on to attach another 4 toggles. Okay, so now we have the toggles all attached. They will slide up and down to where you want them, but when you pull on them, they lock into place. You can add as many toggles as you feel is appropriate. I put 5 on here today. You could go 7. It's whatever you need to attach what you're going to attach onto it. You can use this for carrying firewood, a bucket attached to the back of it, a basket. It's down to your imagination, but to be able to carry it, we need to put it onto our back. So today I'm going to use a couple of pieces of webbing. These are a spare set of tree huggers from my hammock, but you could use a piece of rope, piece of webbing, bits of cloth, whatever you need. So we're going to use lark's head hitch again. So pass the loop underneath the cross. It then comes back between the 2 pieces at the top and pull the webbing through. Try and keep this nice and flat. Don't want bits of this stuck into your back all the time if you can help it. So that pulls up nice and tight there. We then need to secure this at the bottom. Now all I'm going to do is to wrap it once under the cross piece, and then I've got loop stitch into this. They will just hook on there. I'm going to do the same the other side. Try and make sure you don't put twists in the webbing, because once it's on, they will then cut into you. So that then gives you your frame, and it just sits on your back like a rucksack. You may find you need to adjust this. If you want to make it even more comfortable, you can add another piece of webbing or cord to go all around your waist like a belt. So that is the Roycroft pack frame. And we'll see you again soon on another episode of Back Garden Bushcraft.